This is Drop Tent Media Network.
This is the Tully I bought for this episode. It's episode 5 with Drew Montana, one of my favorite people. And I gotta be honest, we probably finished it. So if by the end you think we're drunk, we are. We had a good time. I love Drew Montana. I hope you're enjoying Aunt Peggy's Parlor. I love you. Bye, Tully Mardu. I hope they are my sponsor soon. Bye. Just called Chillin' with Your Auntie. It's definitely not that one. I will say, Parlor rules. I want the donkey.
Where do you think the water's coming from?
I don't know. The toilet. Cheers.
Cheers. No one.
Bring it to the parlor. We're going to like it. Well, welcome to Aunt Peggy's Parlor. I have one of my very good friends. I love him to death. Drew Montana is here. Drew,
thank you.
How's life?
Life is good. I was just telling Neil I'm getting ready to go to the beach next week.
That's exciting.
I've been in the water more this summer already than I was all last summer. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm a fish.
I'm very jealous. I'm a fish. You know, I could swim before I could walk.
Really?
That's a real thing.
That sounds like bad parenting. Like,
it's 100%.
Before you could walk.
Yes. No, my mom was a lifeguard, so she was like the head of the YMCA in Upper Darby in Lansdowne. Lansdowne. And
floaties, I would hope.
Nope.
That's
I just
crazy.
could walk. I could just swim. And I then I didn't like swim class because there was like structure. I would just like go to the deep end and be like, I'm a mermaid.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, I should have known then that you would have like done your own thing your whole life. It's like, yeah, the bitch couldn't walk, but I was like, I can swim in the deep end.
All the other 3-year-olds are like learning to doggy paddle and you're doing like backflips in the deep end.
I was like maybe a year.
That's crazy.
I was a little
I guess crawling and swimming are literally the same exact thing.
And I think, it's
kind of the same motion.
It's the same motion. She obviously also was in the water with me when I first, but like basically I didn't want to walk, but I would swim all the time. And I get it. I still feel that way. I'm like, I hate running and walking, but if I could swim every day, I would. If I had like a pool in my backyard.
You're living in the wrong place, Peg.
I think
you gotta go to Atlantis. You gotta relocate. See what the scene's like down under. Atlantis? Hotlantis?
You mean Atlanta? Atlantis is the old
Atlantis.
Right?
That's where water people live. That's where you need to go, is what I'm saying.
Okay, but
I'm just thinking
Hotlanta and Atlantis are different. Atlantis is an old, right? It's like Pompeii.
I might have said Hotlantis.
Atlantis is Pompeii, right?
This is the fucking best.
They're like old, non-existent civilizations, right?
Pompeii was wiped out by volcanoes, and Atlantis was wiped out by water.
Yeah.
I guess.
Same thing.
Volcanoes are the water of hot things. So.
It is. Honestly, if you ever see a volcano erupting, don't you want to swim in it?
Yeah. Yeah, almost every time.
Every time. It's like that.
Well, I'm glad we started off really smart.
I saw a video today of a guy flying his drone over a volcano. And the lava like splashed up and melted his drone, but he got very cool footage of it.
Oh, because does the footage like go to the cloud? Like, how do you get it? It's not in there.
Know. Yeah, I have no idea how drones work.
I did just.
Yeah, I love how we both looked at Neil like, Neil, you have all the computers.
I did just see the Iceland one. Yeah, it was a drone going off like over top of Iceland.
The lava splashed it and it melted.
Yeah, right? I mean, how did he get the footage out? I
mean,
mean,
it must be automatically like uploaded to a cloud or something.
It could be, but damn, that's an expensive ass drone. Yeah, you have to be.
Yeah,
big loss.
Big loss.
Big loss. Well, I'm excited that we're all here. We're talking about swimming, volcanoes. We're drinking some Tully and some ginger ale. I never ever drink Tully with anything, but because I know you like you like Jack and ginger, but I hate Jack. So I was like
Jameson and ginger. But you met me in the middle. So this is perfect.
Tully is better than Jameson and
Jack. It honestly
Jack.
is.
It's so good.
I'm scared to ask for it in most places, and I don't know why.
Why?
Do most cool bartenders know it as Tully's?
Most.
Okay.
Like bartenders like Tully.
I don't want to say Tullamore.
Well, no, nobody. I've never said that. Okay. Actually, Tullamore.
I think that's what I'm scared of saying.
No, Tully. Yeah. No, right. I think every bar, especially in Philly, every Irish bar definitely knows Tully.
All right.
Because there was a shortage last fall, and it was like a big deal. Every place I would go, they'd be like, Peg, because of course everywhere I go, I just get it. Right away, every bartender knows. I'm like, that might be why I have a problem. If every bartender knows, like at Helium, I was not going to drink we saw each other on Saturday. I walk in and Hank and Carly both gave me Tully and a Miller Lite. And I'm like, I wasn't going to drink, but
I
here
gotta
we go.
start going to more like different spots because I have too many. Like every bar I go to, they're like, "You want the regular?" And I'm like, "Ooh, that's not good."
Yeah, you're like, nope.
No, I'm changing it up.
So Drew, when did we meet exactly? Do you think?
I met you the first night I did comedy.
Wait, really?
Yeah, dude, I met like all my
Is that
favorite
really loud?
people.
Sorry.
No, it was all good.
I met all my favorite people my first night. I think I met you, Ryan, Naeem, Sarah Bell.
Where were we?
Grape Room.
Oh,
But it was like very brief because I was like,
because I didn't go to Grape Room that as much as everybody else did.
no, I think you had just moved back. I think Sarah had just moved back because I remember seeing you guys like interact like you might not have seen each other in a while. It was like somewhat of a
was
reunion.
this 2017?
19.
Oh, no, because I moved back in 17. So Sarah and I probably just hadn't seen each other because I didn't go to Grape Room.
Yeah.
So if I was there, you probably just saw.
It was but I met you like very briefly, and I remember like it's funny looking back on it now because like there's so many like you were one of the actual funny people I thought this about,
Oh my God,
but
thank
there were
you.
like horrible comedians that I saw do good like once, and I was like, that guy's famous, and then like just like going up to them afterwards and being like, it's so cool to meet you, man. And, like,
and then you're like, oh wait, that person had one good
I'm
set.
like, oh, that guy was on crack. Like this is crazy.
There are some of my favorite comics in Philadelphia did seem like they were on crack, and they've gone missing. I don't
Rest
know.
in peace, Rich Owens. What happened to that guy?
Yeah, what did happen?
I don't know.
I don't know why I looked at Neil again. Neil is he's the god of the sky.
I'm also still waiting for Rich Owens to come back. I don't know. Dude.
That guy was the man.
So it was 2019.
But when we first hung out was Virginia.
So I brought you because Ryan had told me, oh, these two guys are really funny, Naeem and Drew. And when did you guys start the podcast? It was before 2020, right?
Yeah, like November 2019, December 2019. So it was like right before 2020. Because I started in 2019 and we were both only I was like 5 months in when we started.
So when we did that episode with me and Ryan where it was live at Raven.
No, that was in 2020.
That was in 2020.
Because that was everything was shut down. That was COVID.
Okay, yeah. That's when I remember meeting Chance, which Chance is like, we met so many times before that. I'm like, no, we didn't. But so we took you to Virginia because Ryan Foster was like, these guys are really funny. We should bring them to Virginia. And so we had two shows. We had our Sterling Crooked Run.
Yep.
And then we did another show after doing a bunch of. Did we do acid? I did acid.
I think you did acid. We drank all night. Woke up at like 9 a.m. Started drinking again
at Buffalo Wild Wings.
It was the UFC card where Khabib was the main event, and he was fighting at like noon.
Yeah.
So we got hammered at like 10 a.m. at a Buffalo Wild Wings. Peggy was still on acid. Had never went to bed. And then I just remember this is when I realized what a monster you were because Peggy was like blackout, like slurring words, falling asleep at the Buffalo Wild Wings. And we were like, yo, she has to do like 45 minutes and headline a show tonight. We were all like, me and Naeem didn't know her that well. So we were both like, dude, we don't even have 15 minutes. Like if we have to do more time, we're fucked. And that she went up there. It looked like they shot her with adrenaline and rabies before her set. It was like
multiple scenes from Cranked.
Unbelievable, like clear words, perfect.
Because I literally was. So we got into a fight that morning because you sat down. So he did my show and they were all doing 15 minutes and you sat down 2 minutes in.
Yeah.
And you didn't do bad, but you didn't do great. And so I'm like, unless you're Big J, like, don't sit down.
See, in my head, I was.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, I'm killing.
You're like, I'm 300 pounds. I'm in a Dawkins jersey.
That's my problem to this day is like, I'll get off doing a set and be like, that's all going on TikTok. That's all $1 million clips. And then I'll listen back and be like, what the fuck was I talking about? So,
wait, do you have that? Like, you always think you do well?
Yes.
Really?
No,
that is
I know when I bomb.
You know when you bomb. Well, yeah.
But I also know when it goes like really, really well. But like when it goes like mediocre, sometimes I'm like, that was unbelievable. And then I'll listen back and be like, what the fuck was I talking about? I remember Josh Zahner just sent me a video the other day that I've been waiting weeks for. And I was texting him every day, like, brother, send me that. I need to make these clips. And I listened to it immediately. And I was like, oh, I see why you weren't in a rush to get this one back.
That is, but you know what? I think that's good for you because that's why you're crushing it right now.
It's humbling.
Yeah. No, but it's actually part of why, as of right now, no episodes have come out is because I hate myself so much. And a lot of what you walked into me and Neil talking about is he's like, don't overextend yourself because I know it's going to take you 4 years to listen to one episode because you hate yourself so much. I have that where I'm like, oh my God, I sound like an idiot. I'm an asshole.
It sucks.
It's the worst.
And I edit the clips for Digital Bazooka still. Like, so some of the prank calls, it's like zoomed in 10 times on my face. And I'm just like, I'm so ugly. My teeth are, I'm just like slowly editing these videos, but I'm like, fuck it. I got to do it.
That's good though, that you can actually do that. So you have more confidence than me.
I'm getting used to it. It's starting to just like.
But you started right when you started comedy, you started a podcast right away. So it's kind of come simultaneously.
Well, because I did one before comedy. I did a podcast.
You youngins.
Yeah. I wanted to just do I wanted to be like Charlemagne. I just wanted to like do hip hop radio.
You want to be black?
Yeah, I wanted to be black, bald, beautiful. No, I wanted to.
You're getting really close.
I wanted to interview rappers.
You actually do look really tan right now.
Hey, I've been in the sun, I'm telling you.
You've been swimming. But I did yell at you. I do feel bad about. So I thought that's why you're going to say I was a monster is because I yelled at you. No, I was a monster because it is true. I remember that show specifically because afterwards Ryan was like, thank God you crushed because Drew and Naeem were like, dude, how the fuck is she? There was, by the way, we were outside in the barn. It was an axe throwing thing that was also a part of like some sort of like, it looked almost like a state fair.
Yeah.
And I was not hungover, I was acid hungover, which is like a different thing.
Yeah, and actively drunk still.
And still drunk, but that's fine. I'm always drunk.
Yeah.
And then you guys all were like, do we really have to do 15? Because there was only like 7 people there. There was really no one there. And I was like, no, you all have to do 15 or I'm going to have to I'll have to do like an hour and a half if you guys don't do. You all went under time. Everyone did 8. Everyone basically did 8 minutes. And then Ryan goes up. And I guess when I went on stage, you guys must have said to Ryan, like, fuck, this is going to be bad. And it is like a switch for me. Once I get on stage, it's like the adrenaline kicks in. I also thrive in shitty situations. Like if there was 300 people there, I probably went up and slurred my words. But because there was only 15 people in a barn, basically.
And I think it was a wireless mic or like a long mic cord, something where you could go in the audience.
Yes.
Peggy was like shaking ass on tables. She was like the white Tata that night. It was unbelievable. I think your tits came out. I was like, this is unbelievable.
And I don't even have tits, but somehow I had tits that night.
The white Tata.
No, but I did yell at you at Buffalo Wild Wings. And I do feel bad about that sometimes when I think about it.
No, it's fine.
Yeah,
I feel like we've argued like 10 times.
So many times.
Yeah.
More than
10. And like, I think we both drank enough where none of it has mattered.
Also, I think we fight the same way in that when I'm saying something, it's from love. Like if I'm fighting with you, it's because I love you. If I've never said anything to you, I probably hate you. There's going to be a lot of people texting me being like, you've never yelled at me.
Same on 80% of them because I love you. The other 20%, I know you're fun to argue with. I know you're a fun arguer.
I won't back down.
Yeah, I know. When we're both black out and I'm like, I need to I don't want to give it to my girl tonight. I don't want to argue with her. I'm going to argue with somebody else.
That's why Johnny loves me so much, probably because I take a couple bullets.
Yeah.
Same with Drew. I mean, same with Chance. No, but it's funny. I also hilarious to me that Chance, you, and Naeem all were friends, and I didn't know Chance for a year and a half, even though he claims we knew each other. But I was like, sorry, baby boy, you didn't. I didn't know you.
I remember me, Chance.
Did he always have a crush on me?
I don't know. I know he likes.
If you were
Naeem,
he does love tall girls.
I remember that. because I only know Chance to have talked to one other girl it was like a year before you, but she was
Right.
tall.
Yeah, she was tall. We have the same size foot. I went to her sister's wedding, and she said that. She's like, I guess he just likes girls with size 10 feet. I'm like, sure, whatever. He's a weirdo.
But no, I remember me, Chance, Naeem, and Frank Neblett went to the Louis C.K. show. This is like right before COVID. We were all me and Chance were kind of brand new in comedy.
Yeah.
Naeem was still pretty new.
Oh, and it's when his brother Dill worked for Live Nation. That's where he went. Yeah.
Yeah, and he hooked us up with like the best seats.
Yeah.
And dude, I think, did Chance fall asleep? Has he told you this story? I'm pretty sure Chance was the one that fell asleep.
Oh, yeah. He fell asleep at Louis C.K. Yeah.
Chance and Frank Neblett both got so drunk and high they just fell asleep. And then me and Naeem were like, we just got free tickets to like the sickest shit ever. As new comics, we're just watching the goat kill. And our boys are like snoring like 5 rows back.
Also, you guys went and saw Tim Dillon, and you said you were from Philly, and he literally said, "Do you know Peggy O'Leary?"
No, he asked us. We he did a joke about Philly, and we like clapped, and he's like, "Who in here is from Philly?" And me and Naeem also like 2 months into comedy, just like fans.
Yeah,
we were like, "We're from Philly," and he was like, "You know Peggy O'Leary?" Just randomly, we were like, "Yeah, actually, we do." Just in the middle of a Magooby set, just name dropped Peggy.
I love
like,
it.
All right.
I know. You guys came back and you were like, you're like famous.
Yeah.
I'm like, or I just started comedy with a lot of famous people. That was like recently at work. Someone was like, do you know Shane Gillis follows you on Instagram? And I was like, yes, I do. And they're like, wow, that's awesome. I'm like, yeah. Like, you know, he did comedy in Philly, right? And they're like, oh, no, I didn't know that. Like, or like whatever, however he was saying. He's like a young kid. I love him.
Nobody takes your hobbies serious until they see that you know Shane.
Well, and then the best is it's like I've had that said to me before, like, you don't have a lot of followers, but if you look at your followers, they're the most famous followers. I'm like, that is true. You're right. If you were to look at who follows me, it looks like I should be more famous, or I'm an agent. Or
tell them to shout me out.
Yeah, it would be nice. Well, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is that you are also dating somebody a lot older than you, just like me and Chance.
I got a MILF.
Yeah, you both have MILFs.
Yeah.
But we're actually, what's a
childless
MILF?
MILFs.
Childless MILFs, an aunt, an ILF, and I'd like to fuck. I don't know. Where did you meet your girl?
At Comedy John.
Really?
Yeah, at a Monday night open mic. She was with her cousin and her brother.
Okay.
And I initially just saw them in the front. They were all in the front row. And I was at the same.
John, that is like literally smaller than this room.
Yeah. Yeah. It was literally from media away.
Yeah.
And I didn't really see either one, like any of them at first. I just knew it was like 2 kind of hot Puerto Rican girls in the front that weren't comics. So I was like, I'll get in there. Don't you worry about that. And then right before I went up, her brother was heckling everybody all night because he was hammered. Yeah. And he was just like black. He's the man now. I hated him for like the first year because I thought he was just that guy. But then I realized, I'm like, oh, we all get there. Yeah. But he was just heckling everybody. They got thrown out. And then I went up.
Wait, stop it.
Yeah, they got kicked out. And then I went up right after. And then I was like pissed because I was like, damn, I wanted them to like see me do the thing. Yeah. And then probably for the better. I would have bombed. And then I went outside and talked to them. And then I got her Instagram. And then we never talked. And then this other girl that I was hooking up with. This
is like a little boy story. And then
no, I've never told this whole story.
Super hot. You're like sweating.
I was sweating. No, so I got her Instagram.
She is super hot. We're Eskimo sisters, technically, me and you.
Did you also fuck her? What does that mean?
I made out with her, remember?
Oh, yeah, you guys did.
I think we both were in weird places, me and Johnny. We definitely both were like, what the fuck is happening with our lives? You two were getting drunk at the bar, and we're like, let's just make out.
I think me and Chance just turned our shoulders. We're like, what the hell? God, and real.
Chance never like doesn't have a jealous bone in his body, which is so fucking annoying. Um,
I'm kind of the same way.
I know you both
I'm
were.
like,
I
dare you
think
to
we
do it.
both, because I think both me and Jody were. I mean, if I was,
She's hanging on.
she's hanging on. What does that mean?
She needs this. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
But
Well, no, I am always jealous of everything. Like I get jealous of, like if I went into a bar and I saw you or Neil, and you guys both didn't right away talk to me, I'd be like, well, this motherfucker. Like I'm jealous of friendship. Like I am just that person, and I think a little bit she is too. So I think we were both like, well, this will get him.
yeah,
These young boys will get mad at this, and then they were also like, cool, and then went back to drinking. And I was like, well, that didn't work out.
yeah. Because I'm not too worried about.
You're
it
like,
either.
I don't think Peggy's stealing my girlfriend.
Yeah. But oh wait, so we had never talked at all other than that one night at Comedy John.
Mhm.
And then like 3 months later, this girl that I was talking to, this other girl in New York at the time, and she was going through like a bad relationship. Her boyfriend was like beating her up. Me and her had been like hooking up for years, and he hated me. He knew all. I think I was probably the reason for all of this, looking back. But
She got beat because of you.
Yes.
And you were like, I don't know, she's kind of a good lay.
nah, that's irrelevant to the story. I did almost get this woman killed. She's happy now.
Yeah.
She's in a different relationship. But this guy hated me, and he I don't know, she kept getting caught like cheating, whatever. And so he would text me and be like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, whatever. And I'm a psycho through text messages. So I'd be like, I forget what it was. Me and him had some funny exchange where I was like, yeah, and I fucked your girlfriend. And I posted it on Instagram, the screenshot of it.
Okay.
And then she just laugh reacted it. Jody did.
Oh, Johnny did.
Jody laugh reacted it.
I was like,
and
the
then-
other girl's in the hospital right
No,
now.
yeah, the other girl might be dead. But Jody laugh reacted it. And then I think I responded with something along the lines of like, bitches are crazy. And then me and her just immediately hit it off. And then we hung out 2 weeks later. And then we've been together ever since. I'll be honest, sometimes I like a little chaos in my life.
I love chaos. Well,
I
we're
know.
comics. Of course we do.
Yeah. That's what I don't know. We're back in a good place now. But like a month ago, I was really just searching for chaos. And she's like, we're not breaking up. We're not gonna argue. None of the above. She's like, shut up. Watch Modern Family and go to sleep. And I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, you're right.
Like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
I know. I think I do that too. I literally am like, I didn't know this about myself until this relationship, is that I do like, it's not the intention, it's not the drama. It's like, I like to be like, how far can I get without them getting fully mad and being like, get the fuck out of my life.
It's fun.
Which is great.
Yeah.
It's not great when you're 37 and probably should like try to think about getting married or have kids. But I'm like, he's 29, so we're still young.
Yeah.
Both of us are young, right? Okay, so how did you meet? Did you meet Naeem just out of Mike too?
Yeah, I met Naeem the first night at Grape Room. I'd gone the week before to Grape Room. I was thinking I was gonna sign up. I went to watch my friend who I went to college with, and
Oh yeah, Cabrini.
yeah,
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Cabrini.
My niece was going there.
Was she?
Yeah, but now she's going to Villanova.
You're
so-
gonna do the same thing I just did.
Shit.
Look, fuzzy ass ginger ale.
Neil's gonna be so mad at us. I'm gonna get kicked off of the network.
No, I met Naeem the first day though. I went the week before to watch some guy I went to school with. He bombed. He was just telling everybody come to my comedy show. I didn't know that like open mics were a thing. I thought he was like a professional comedian somehow.
Right.
And then he was like 19th on the lineup. He bombed. And then I saw Naeem and Foster that same night. And then when I went back the next week, because I saw him bomb and I was like, dude, I could do this shit. And then I went back the next week and have gone every week since.
Yeah.
But yeah, I met Naeem and Ryan the next week and I was like, yo, you guys were funny. Also just thought they were like famous.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
True.
It's funny me and Naeem are like best friends now because like I thought he was a famous comic and I was like a fan for the first 6 days that I knew who he was.
And then we were just like, let's do a podcast.
Yeah.
And where does
'cause
the
me and Naeem-
name come from?
Well, me and Naeem were tight like pretty early on.
Early on, yeah.
We went to all the same mics together and shit. So it like made sense. That was like he was the main guy I talked to in comedy. And then my old neighbor at the time named it. I just told him, I was like, I'm gonna start a podcast with this guy Naeem. Me and my friend Shadi was his name, but we were cool, and he knew Naeem, and somehow he just came up with the name.
Do you regularly?
I think it was like a kind of a play on I've never shot a deer. Naeem's never wore a do-rag.
Yeah.
People think we might do these things.
Yeah. It is true. Like, you do seem like someone who owns a lot of shotguns.
I do. I just haven't shot a deer with them.
Wait, you do have guns?
Yeah.
At the house I've been to?
Yeah, 14 of them.
At the house?
Yeah.
At the apartment? I mean,
Like,
not apartment, the house.
Always within 10 feet of you, there's a gun.
Oh my, you see, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is, I don't know what it is about. I am not scared of a lot of things. A gun scares me. I think it might be because I think if I touched one, I'd be really good at it.
If you just touch it.
Just touch it. I'm just a mass murderer right away. No, but I mean, like, I think that, like, because there are certain things in my life when I've done them, I'm like, oh shit, like, I can do this forever.
So you've never shot a gun at all?
Never shot a gun.
Oh, you got to come shoot guns. It's fun.
I know, but then I feel like I just would change my whole. That's how I feel about guns. Like, they have a superpower that all of a sudden I would become like a stand your ground person.
Oh, that's the best.
Change.
No, when you're that's the best. That's where I'm at now, and that's like a good peaceful place where like I don't carry it outside anymore. If I die outside or I die in my car, that happens. But if somebody comes in my house, I am killing them, and I feel like very good about that. I'm pumped for it. I don't know why. I'm very.
It
pumped
is
about
weirdly like powerful to have that feeling.
Yeah, I'm not the guy that's gonna like kill a fucking carjacker over the Cobalt. Like you can have the car, but yeah, if you come in the house, it's like, oh fuck, brother, I'm waiting for it.
That like is something I think that's why I don't like them, because I'm like, I know myself.
I think if
I touch if I touched it, I'd be like. I'd make the backyard like a gun range.
Yeah, that's fun. See, like my dad grew up hunting, so like there was always like his guns around, like hunting guns.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was also been a wigger since I was like 16. So like I had illegal guns from the time I was like 18 to 22. And then I never did anything crazy with them, but like I just had them.
How'd you get them?
Just buying them off my friends that sold guns.
So is Syracuse like Delco, like pretty wigger forward?
Like the city's pretty hood actually, but yeah, where I'm from, it's like all country people and wiggers.
Yeah, which is funny because to me, and I'm sure we're getting in trouble for this, but like I always thought a wigger was like a urban white person, and like where you're from is like a hick or like
well, we got like trailer park wiggers.
Right.
We're like Eminem was the guy to us. Like growing up, we all wanted.
But that's an urban. That's a city. That's Detroit. Like Syracuse.
Yeah, but we didn't look at it like that.
Yeah, but you're not like from Syracuse.
He's from 8 Mile. I'm from Tully. It's the same.
It's called Tully.
It is called Tully.
Shut the fuck up.
Tully.
How have I not been there?
Tully,
I
New
need
York.
to do a Tully, New York show.
They would love you. The queen is home.
Wait, really? The town you're from is Tully, and you've never told me this? This is upsetting.
I thought I told you this. I went to Tully Junior Senior High School.
That seems like a fake movie I'd make. Like Peggy went to Tully's Senior Junior. Wait, what?
Yep. Tully
Tully.
Tully Elementary, Tully Junior Senior High School.
Elementary?
Those are the 2 schools I ever went to.
Is that how you say that?
Elementary.
Yeah, sure. It's so educated.
They all say elementary down here.
Yeah. I was like, wait, what's that?
I think it's a Canadian thing, elementary.
True. Yeah, you're
we're
like
from, like,
that
close
close
to-
to New York. Yeah. I will say though, because Ryan and I did a bunch of like brewery shows in like upstate New York. It is super fun and weirdly does feel like my kind of people.
Yeah, they're the best.
Yeah, like I do think the Northeast, except for Boston, fuck you. But like
Boston sucks.
I hate Boston. But like all of the Northeast, we all sort of have the same kind of people.
Yeah, we're all like secretly racist. We all work hard.
Yeah, we work hard, we're racist, but we all want to be black deep down. Yeah, I get it. This is like an early joke that I don't do anymore because obviously I'd get canceled, but I used to always say everyone just wants to be Puerto Rican. So I'm like, white girls love spray tans, black girls try to lighten themselves. Obviously, this is like 2008, so no one get mad at me. It was 2009. Okay, different world. J-Lo is the coolest person in the world. Selena, like
we
literally,
were allowed to speak our minds.
We were allowed to speak our minds. We were allowed to just say there are certain beauty standards that we all wanted. Okay, and mine would be to be Puerto Rican or Mexican. That's what we want. We want tan. Like both of you look tan right now. And like if you were a little tanner, I'd be like,
Boys is hot.
Yeah. They're hot guys. We're gonna cut that whole part.
No, I
already got it marked.
I miss the days when we could call Venus Williams ugly. No, I kid.
Venus is beautiful.
I don't know which one is which. I don't know what they look like. I'm kidding.
They're both beautiful. I know. Wait, the other day. Okay, no, actually, no. See, this is the other thing. I can't with you. And that's the same thing with, I know when Naeem comes in here, I'm going to like start going to my crazy self. Because I just feel like we're in my living room.
Yeah, what were you thinking? Were you trying to get back to like, he met Naeem and Syracuse?
No. I was going to say that Naeem and Drew, specifically, I love them a lot. But they bring out the like child Peggy, like the Peggy that truly was Delco.
Fat cheerleader.
Like fat cheerleader Peggy.
Cheerleader's back.
Who was like, like you guys would have called me a whale.
No, I wouldn't.
And then I would have
never done
and then
that.
I would have turned around and yelled at you. And then you become my best. Like every guy that I was friends with when I was younger called me fat at some point, and I turned around and fucking freaked out at them, and then they became my friends, or they were gay. You know what I mean? That was where like.
Well, that's where I come in.
Yeah,
a little bit of both.
A little bit of both, yeah. But no, you guys always are like Naeem said this to me once, which I don't think is true, but he's like, you don't see race, you see funny. He's like, I never thought of you as anything but if you don't make Peggy laugh, she won't look at you. So I never thought it was a black thing. I thought it was I wasn't funny enough. And then the moment you looked at me and was like, that was pretty funny, then we became friends. I'm like, but I don't think that's that weird. I think we all do that.
Yeah, I don't
right?
think that's incorrect. That's I don't think that's a race thing at all. It's like
not.
Yeah, I only hang out with funny people. See, people do get that fucked up. That's where like a lot of the whatever you want to call it, like inclusive bookings where people are like, we need this. Fergie's every week now has become a trans person, a woman, and 2 Indian guys. Every single week that's the lineup. And I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
Book me more.
Yeah. But also it's like, fine.
Leave all this in, Neil. I don't care.
Okay, we could talk about that because I'm like, I actually think I don't get booked because I'm actually an outspoken person who sometimes people go, well, obviously, notoriously, people have called me a wild card. Okay. And I'm like, I'm a wild card because I say exactly what I want to say. I don't fucking give a fuck. Like, I don't. Obviously, as myself right now, I want everyone to be included. I want the trans person to be able to go on stage. I want the black person. I want the Indian. I want the Drews of the world. I want the Neils of the world. I want the Peggy's of the world to be able to go on stage. But if you're not funny, you're not fucking funny.
Yeah.
I'm crazy. And part of being crazy is when you do open mics, right? Or you do these weird fucking shows where it's just a bunch of bar fucking people who don't, the loudest and the craziest person get the biggest laugh. That's what I do.
That's all I'm trying to do.
That's all we're trying to do. Like, I can make 7 people laugh in a room because I'll be like, I'll figure it out. What's the fucking thing?
Yeah. Or I'll bomb hard. But either way, I'm having fun.
Yes.
That's what matters.
And I'm not trying to be mean. If I accidentally say something mean, which, by the way, a lot of times I'm being mean to white men. Usually I'm like, fuck you. What are you, my dad? Uncross your arms. Da da da. But then once in a while, I'll say something offensive and people are like, wow, I can't believe you said that. I'm like, nobody was laughing. I had to like poke the bear. Yeah. I'll say this, though. I think that if there's not comedy beef, it's not comedy. Like that's the fun part about it. As much as we want like safe spaces and all this stuff, but it's like that's been happening pre this woke whatever canceled culture, which was like so 5 years ago. But every scene, like when I first started, it was the independent scene versus the club scene, right? So now it's been merged. So now we're like getting mad at each other for different weird things, which I think is funny. But it's like, no, it's just humans. Like,
Yeah.
Like for instance,
It used to be fun.
It still
Well,
is.
it's still fun. But I'm
It's
saying
still
like
fun.
beef used to be fun.
I think it's still fun. Like, all right, so we have a football league that's comics, right? But that just came from who we were friends with.
Well, oh, fantasy. Yeah.
Yeah, our fantasy league is like it's you, it's James, Chance. It's like all the people
bros.
that like
All the bros and Peggy.
all the bros and Peggy.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. But like I've gotten shit from people about that, and I'm like, that's
For it not being
just
inclusive?
being like, oh well, that's the group, right? That's the group. And I'm like, that's the group that comes to my house and watches fantasy.
Yeah.
Like we pick drafts, and we're fucking nerds. And if you're not into football, it's not
Dude, if
fun
we got
for
to
you.
start letting trans people in the fantasy football league, I'm out.
Honestly,
I can't do it forever.
yes.
How much more can I include people?
Like, yeah, Peggy's there.
We need 2 Indian guys in the fantasy league. I'm done, dude. I don't know that many of them. It's not my fault.
And one of them brought a gun, and I don't like guns in my house.
Wait, me or the Indian guy?
All right, yeah, this is unusable. All right, let's go back to something more topical.
No, it's all usable. None of it is, but it's fine.
When did you know you wanted to do comedy? Was it literally just going to that open mic?
I think so. I don't know. I watched like Ray Romano do a special one time, and I was like, this kind of sucks. I could do that. But
Ray Romano.
yeah, I think he kind of kickstarted the whole thing. And I only say that because I think he'll be dead before he knows who I am.
Yeah.
But it was always like I did like podcasts and shit. And
What was your first podcast?
I did Money Team Radio from 2014 to 2016. I was a pioneer. I was early on in the pods.
I did. My original podcast, Hard, Lonely, and Vicious, was 2015. So I get it.
But that was just like hip hop show. We just like interviewed rappers, like local people. And then I did the John podcast from 2016 to like 18. And then no. That was the first one was at Cabrini. And then the second one was just after in my apartment. And then I started, I don't know. It was like the second one I did, the people I did it with kind of hated me because I was always just like joking around on there. And they
and they want to be serious.
Yeah. And I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just all worked out where like I saw my friend doing comedy. He sucked. I thought I was better than him. I saw a Ray Romano special. I thought he sucked. I said I'm better than him. And then I went to Grape Room the next week.
You heard it here first.
And I've been back ever since. And I like Everybody Loves Raymond. I like the tall guy at least, his brother.
Yeah.
His brother's funny.
Brett Garrett, right?
Brad Garrett.
Brad.
Yeah. And I don't hate Romano, but
Oh my God, I love that so much.
but
That
he did
clip gets
inspire me.
famous. You're just like,
All right, Peggy, here's the question for you.
Okay.
You're doing my podcast.
okay, good. I'm bad at it. So
No, you're killing
this
it.
is great.
Neil, don't cut any of this. This is the best podcast of all time. This is all good. Maybe edit out the one name that I said, and maybe out twice now. But other than that, it's all been gold. Peggy, if you had to move to India tomorrow, but you can only bring 3 things, what are you bringing? Pack up, new life,
Go to
Mumbai.
India.
Mumbai, Peggy. Goodbye, Peggy. You're going to India.
I would bring.
Nice. Episode name settled. Goodbye, Peggy. I'm fucking correcting this shit.
I would bring 3 things to. But it's a major city, right? So I can get a lot of things there, right? Can you get alcohol in India? It's not like
If alcohol is one of your 3 things, you gotta recombobulate the plan.
Okay, the 3 things I would bring would be I don't know. Nothing. There's nothing. Like I can figure it out. Like the three things I would bring would be like my mom and my mom's fucking prayer
Yeah, true.
card.
Yeah, I'm not sending you to the middle of the woods.
Yeah, like I mean, this is a city, so it's like I would just take like a few pictures I love. I would. Can I take Gus? I'm not taking Chance, but I'll take
You can
Gus.
take Chance's dog though. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that dog is my dog now at this point. But I'll take Gus. I'll take my mom and my mom's prayer card. What would you bring?
See, when
Besides your Crocs.
when I asked this question originally, I was thinking like hunting survival type stuff.
Yeah,
I guess
well,
you're
you
right.
said India.
Yeah,
like,
no, I
you
wouldn't need
didn't
that.
say like the middle of.
Yeah, you're
Okay,
right.
all right. So
Debit card, cell phone, hoodie, do-rag and the deer tag hoodie.
okay, yeah, I went sentimental, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, I would obviously I'd take credit card because I'm not taking the debit card. The credit card.
I don't have a credit card. I've never had credit in my whole life.
My God,
I don't think I have a
this
credit
became
score.
the saddest.
I just turned
podcast of all
30 and I don't think I have a credit score. It's crazy.
No, that is true though. Like my mom made me get a credit card when I was 18 because my other sisters didn't. And then when they went to go get a credit card, they couldn't because there was no credit
Yeah.
established, which is bullshit.
Well, because I was always
Fuck
scared of it. Because
America.
like I grew up, all my friends, their parents were signing them up for cable, like as soon as they got social security numbers. And then
Wait, say that again?
all my friends' parents were signing, like putting cable bills in their names. And then like I have friends that like
Damn, that is some
Yeah, my
weird
mom did it
shit.
with like our first cars. I was
Yeah.
putting money. We like bought it together, and then it was like co-signed. So she was like, "You'll get credit from this." So,
yeah. I remember like by the time I learned about credit, like my close friends all like had negative credit scores and they were like
Right.
15 years old. And I was like,
Because their
I'll
parents
never-
were pieces of shit.
their parents were pieces of shit. And I was always scared to get a credit card.
But
because of
Neil's
that.
parents, that's a good thing, right?
Yes.
So it's like that's different.
Well, if they pay it, then yeah.
Well, yeah,
But
and you can do it with that bill. Yeah, but if they don't, whatever they put their kid's name on, if they don't keep paying, yeah, then it becomes the kid's problem.
yeah.
Yeah.
So nothing like fucking up a
I'm gonna
kid's
have
life
kids.
early.
I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna have a kid soon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Wow.
fuck up their credit.
Are you getting artificially inseminated?
You think I'm that old? Go fuck yourself.
I don't know what it even means. Just ask the question.
No, just have a kid.
Nice. With a black guy?
Yeah,
Nice.
a famous black guy.
I'll
Chance will
say it
love
again.
Corinne.
No,
No, do you think I think I'd be a great mom. I think
I
I'm
think you would be the best
low-key
mom.
the mom of the Philly comedy scene. So that's why I get very mad at everybody who gets mad at me. I'm like, bitch.
Are there
I
any other
didn't-
moms in the Philly comedy scene? There was one. She moved.
No.
Yeah, true.
Emily Epstein White.
Leah
She
Renee.
didn't
Leah
move.
Renee. No, I'm saying she's still around.
Yeah,
I love Emily Epstein White.
Emily's the
Yeah,
best.
That's
Sure.
my best friend.
What? More than me?
No, but I do love Emily
I
Epstein.
do love
I
Emily.
do love
Me
Emily.
too.
She's so cool.
We knew each other in New York.
Really?
Yeah. We've known each other for years. So when we both came to Philly, we were both like, what the?
Why don't you just adopt her kids then?
I know, but I can't. She likes them.
How many do you want?
I'd like one.
Just one?
No, I would like three, but
Just
I
three.
think I'm too old.
No, you can 37. You can
I'd
get
have
3
to
out.
bounce them out. Bounce them?
Yeah, you shoot them out.
I gotta
like-
bounce them out.
Yeah.
I will say this though.
Pray
I'm
for
gonna-
twins on one, but
I will make them little psychopaths. Like I'm gonna make them like work out, be crazy, do jokes every day. I'm gonna run like a little drill sergeant.
you remember Baby Hulk or Little Hulk? He was like
No.
a kid from like the early 2000s that was
Mhm.
just like fucking super jacked and did pull-ups all day. And now he's like in his 30s and he hates himself. And he's like, my parents fucking ruined me.
Okay, so all right, I won't
No,
do
look up
that.
Little Hulk.
Little.
I won't do it.
I think it's Little Hulk.
Yeah, he had like a thyroid issue or something.
Early
right?
2000s
Yeah.
kid.
Come on now. This is ridiculous, guys. I mean, come on. This
Little
kid-
Hulk
Yeah,
actual person. What do we have to look up here?
yeah, this is insane.
These are hot.
These are
These
all
folks are
actual-
really hot.
This is oh yeah, there he is, but he's like painted green.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's him right there. Now that's him. Yeah.
Oh no.
He was-
There's other pictures if you look
He
them up.
was-
but
yeah,
His
yeah,
parents
sorry.
like forced him to do sit-ups.
No,
and
I'm
pull-ups
joking.
all
I
day.
would obviously not do that. I was just like, you know.
I'm sending my kid to China. Get him nice. You ever see the
Ooh.
Chinese kids that can dribble 2 basketballs at the same time in synchronization? Dude, they get full.
You're like, I'm not gonna learn how to do it. I'm just gonna send
No,
them.
I'm gonna send them to Korea or wherever they do that. I'm not kidding you.
Because
There's
China and Korea are the same place.
yes, they get full gyms, 300 Asian kids in the same gym, and they're all 2-hand dribbling basketballs at the same time, and then they just push it over and they keep.
Damn.
Look up Chinese kids synchronization basketball. This is the future, Peggy.
Also, I love
Americans are
swimmers.
falling behind.
We are.
Yes,
We're done.
we're falling.
Also, I don't want to talk about politics, but I'll talk about it. That I didn't even watch it, but that was despicable.
I watched the whole thing. Unfortunately, I
They're both just old.
yeah, it's like it sucks. It
It's,
does. It not to get sad and gay.
Yeah, dude, there they are, man.
Yeah.
Crushing it.
Bet on it, bet. This looks like High School Musical.
It is.
Bet on it,
It's
bet
crazy.
on it, bet on it. It's like
I-
Asian Zac Efron.
I actually watched High School Musical again the other day because
Of course you did.
because I remember seeing it in
Here's the
8th
thing. Can I
grade.
say low key? I think you do love musical things. Like if I was like, hey, Drew, I got tickets to a Broadway show. Would you go with me? I think you would go with me. You know why?
It depends on what it was. See, I'm specific. I'm the same way with vegetables. Like people look at me and think I don't like vegetables. I like most of them, but there's some that I really fucking hate.
Which ones? Tell me.
Vegetables or Broadway plays.
Both. Do vegetables first.
Fuck, I like most
Yeah,
vegetables.
and pair the vegetable with a musical that you like.
Okay, so honestly, it's more fruits. I hate fruits more than musicals,
Apples?
and that pairs well with Broadway plays fruits, but because they're gay.
Yeah,
but
I got it. Low hanging fruit. We
Yes.
got it.
pears, I hate pears. I compare pears to like a Les Mis ass. Les Mis is so ass.
I just got so mad I hit that one.
Les Mis is ass.
Are you
very
kidding me?
overrated?
Did you actually ever see it?
Yes.
Okay. It is long. The music is great.
Here's what I will say. I love limes. Limes are like Oklahoma.
One of the worst musicals of all time.
The best musical of all time. Oklahoma fucking rules.
Were you just in it? Oh, Oklahoma wanna win. Come here.
I don't even know the songs. That's how
Exactly. You
much I
don't know
love
it. You're wrong.
I do know it. There's a black guy.
No, there's
that one, I think.
There's
that
one black guy in
This is
Oklahoma.
on the Confederate side, I believe. Like the whole
It's
thing.
not
Oklahoma
about
rips.
that.
It's not about
Oklahoma's
it, no.
not about that. Oklahoma's literally about like.
Okay.
Wait, is it?
I think what they fought in the. I'm saying that I think some of them. I thought there was a soldier. You know what? I don't know. Let's
West
just
Side
say-
Story rules.
West Side
Side
Story is
Story's
great.
Hamilton rips.
How about you? Like a Phantom of the Opera person?
No, hate
Ah,
hate
see,
it.
okay.
What?
I'm a
Hate
Phantom of the Opera guy.
You
Hate
never heard it?
No, I've seen it.
Yeah.
You hated it?
Hated it.
You saw it live?
I saw the movie. I
You
saw,
saw the movie.
no, I saw the movie.
What
I
do you
didn't
think of
see
the
it.
movie?
That's different.
The only one I've seen live actually was Oklahoma. And
Oh,
I thought it
that's
was
yeah. This is
unbelievable.
bullshit.
Oklahoma was so good.
I'm taking to a musical.
There was one black guy in there.
Yeah, probably.
He was just an actor.
He was just an actor. So here's why Phantom of the Opera is probably notoriously one of the.
Les Mis sucks. Give me
It's
that.
long,
It's long. All right, fine.
but the music is great, and they were. Yeah, no, I'm gonna get into like the history of musicals.
Let's do
Nobody
it.
cares about.
It's better
um,
than us being racist for the past hour. So it's
You
better
are
than us being racist and
You
name
are
dropping
not.
local comedians.
True.
Let's talk Les Mis.
This is what I mean. Why am I even doing a podcast?
Oh,
Nobody
gosh.
will ever like
Going
me.
full circle.
No, you're the
Come
best.
all the way around.
We're leaving it all. right,
Honestly,
so-
let's no. Let's say this. We can cut this out, but I will.
No.
because Drew's here. Drew, it's stupid. I should just transition to a manager
being a man. Oh.
and manager. Yeah, and be a man. Sorry, Chance. I'm gonna be a man now.
You should become trans. And Neil, back to leaving it in. You should just become a dude.
Because I look like it, dude.
No, because you like football.
I mean, if that's that's
Do the bit,
everyone
do
in
the bit, do the
Philadelphia.
bit.
I just do the bit.
Just run the
You
whole.
guys like
You guys like football? I was in New York. Did you fucking Giants? All right, my Peggy impression's going off the rails.
Yeah, I got like. Also, that's based off someone famous, and that guy is super famous, and some of my favorite people love him. I'm like, I feel like what I am. This is why I think a podcast for me is good.
I will say, when I saw the trailer, I was hyped that you're doing a podcast.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
The trailer was good, one. And I don't know. I feel like you have things to talk about and you have people that want to listen. So, like, the more you do it consistently, it's going to grow.
Yeah.
It's, like, guaranteed going to grow. Also, Skankfest this year, if you have something to promote there, that rules.
That's true.
Yes.
Skankfest is gonna be so fun.
I can't wait. I'm gonna lose all my money. I was
Are
thinking
you gonna gamble?
probably. Yeah.
See, I will say of
We
all.
stay in a casino. You have to walk.
No, I know, but I will say gambling is the same that I feel about a lot of like I already know I'm an addict, right? So like I love food, I love drinking, I love sucking dick, like those are my things. I don't even want to attempt to go to casinos. The few times I've ever gone, because also my dad taught me how to play poker when I was like 5. So like I've already had that in me, and I'm like I don't want to do it. So like Vegas for me is going to be. I'm actually annoyed because I really wanted to go to the Raiders game, but the tickets are too high.
That would be very fun. I want to go. I like the past 2 years I've went to Vegas for Skankfest. I was like the poorest I've ever been at both. Like literally those 2 months, I was like struggling. Like multiple emergencies happened where I needed to spend money, and like I went to Vegas with nothing, and I couldn't like. I remember the one year I went out there, the first year, and I think I maybe spent like $50 gambling, and it was on a roulette spin. And I hit on a number. So I ended up winning like $700 and something.
Oh shit.
And then it was like the best day of my life. It was the biggest win I've ever had. And then I don't know if I've ever told this story on a podcast, but so the next day I saw Shane and a couple other people were watching like Notre Dame football. And Notre Dame was playing Syracuse the next week. So I told Shane, I was like, dude, I was like drunk and feeling myself because I just won money. Yeah. And I was like, dude, I'll bet you $1,000 right now. Syracuse beats Notre Dame next week. Syracuse was also like a 15-point underdog. Yeah. But I was like, straight up, they're going to beat them. $1,000. He was like, I'll take that bet all day. You're drunk. I barely know you, sure. Took the bet. Syracuse lost brutally the next week by like 40 points. I remembered it because I was poor and didn't have the $1,000. But in my head, I'm like, Shane's famous enough where he doesn't even know who I am at this point.
Right.
Like, there's no way.
He remembers.
Literally right after the game ended, or like in the fourth quarter, he started messaging me on Facebook. He's like, they were up like 40s. Like, this is bully ball. We're kicking the shit out of you guys, running it right down the middle every time. And I'm like, oh, fuck, he remembers. And then he knew. I remember telling him, like, because I didn't want to be that guy that owes him money. So I was ready to, like, empty out the fucking bank account and pay Shane Gillis my last. Like, mind you, he's a millionaire at this time. Yeah. But I was like, it's my last $1,000.
Wait, who's Shane Gillis again?
He does SNL or something.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to send him. I kept asking him. I was like, just send me your Venmo. I'll pay it to you, whatever. And he is so rich that he didn't need it, but he like knew that I was poor, so he was just like holding it over my head for so long. And then it went on for like 2 years, and then I just saw him. The last time I saw him was at Helium this past year for Shane and Friends, and he always would bring it up. He's like, "You owe me $1,000." It's like the first thing he would say to me, and I was like, "Bro, I'm trying to pay you the $1,000."
You're like, "I'm on a payment plan with you right now."
I was like, "Just give me the Venmo." But then I told him, because at this time I had just gotten a lot of weed, and I was like, all right, I was like, bro, I'm going to give you a quarter pound of weed here tomorrow for your show. I'm going to bring you a quarter pound of weed. And he's like, I don't even fucking smoke weed. He's like, don't bring me a quarter pound of weed. And I was like, oh, now I'm bringing it.
Yeah.
So the next day I walked into the green room and handed him a quarter pound of weed. And I said, I don't owe you $1,000 anymore. And mind you, it was way less than $1,000 worth of weed, but it was just a big bag. So I'm like, it looks like it'd be about $1,000. And he was like, dude, I don't want this. He's like, you don't owe me $1,000. He's like, just give it to the staff for Christmas. Cause it was right around Christmas. And then
That's nice.
I took like half of it and then gave the rest of the staff. But
I think I remember that. I remember multiple staff members being like, we have a ton of weed.
like I think Drew just dropped off like 3 ounces of Shane's weed in the green room.
Weed deliveries here.
That's so funny. Where we at?
We're at an hour and a minute.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
You didn't even.
I was letting it come to an organic place.
Didn't like me.
It's okay.
I got.
Well, that's because 20 minutes of this is guaranteed not getting put up.
Yeah, so I mean,
Yeah,
it's all good.
true.
It's all good.
Also, I will say this: I love you, Drew.
Peggy, I love you more than anybody. You're the
That's
best.
not true.
No, it isn't. But I love you a lot. I love you so much. More than anybody's crazy. I didn't mean that. But I do mean this. I do love you.
Also, I will say, because Chance loves to throw in my face that I'm a wild card. I'm like, your friends love that I'm a wild card. And I would argue.
I loved you before I loved Chance.
That's what I would say. I loved you before I loved Chance.
Yeah.
And right now, I don't even
Let's
know
make
I
out
love
right
Chance.
now. He'd be pissed. He'd be pissed. Give me those tits, dude. No, I'm kidding.
No, also, the best is Chance is such an asshole. He would be like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Which is like so annoying.
No, but then I'd see him hammered at helium one night and
he
he'd try
would
to
like,
choke me for it. Yeah.
He'd kill you.
Yeah.
He would just send you a video of him fighting in the.
I remember Chance. This is like before me and Ben boxed in your garage. This is back when
hated that.
for some reason. No, I hated
that.
it too. I didn't want to do that. I remember telling everyone the day of. I said, "Yo, this is a bad idea."
See, okay, can I say this? This is what I'll say about you, Drew. You and I do have similar, I think.
We say yes to a lot of things
We say a lot.
want to do.
Yes, we say yes to things, and then while it's happening, we're actually the responsible people, and we're like, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, of course, I love you guys, whatever. But I kept looking at you during the boxing stuff, and I'm like, I'm not watching this. Because basically, so I have Beer Olympics for anyone listening. Let's try to
Let's tell the whole
explain it.
story because people don't know this. I was forced to fight Ben Staub in your garage
Right.
3
so
years ago.
I had a
This
Beer
is
Olympics.
how we end the pot.
Yes. So I had Beer Olympics. The year I bought my house is because at that time we still weren't allowed to go in houses. So I was like, oh, I'm just going to have a bunch of comics over as a housewarming party, whatever. We'll just play games.
Mhm.
So that was the first year. The first year was so fun.
First year was fun.
So fun. It was very low key. The second year, Ben Staub is now living there.
Mhm.
I don't think George had moved in yet, but Chance was living there too. And you guys hijacked my Beer Olympics.
No, can I say how it happened?
Ben did.
No, Chance did it. Me and Ben.
Of course he did.
Me and Ben.
I'm breaking
were-
up with him tonight.
Me and Ben both had just started training boxing, or I did kickboxing, Ben did boxing, but we had both started training. And then one night we were like drunkenly talking shit at Helium, but like as friends, no intent of ever fighting each
Yeah.
other. And Chance heard it and was like, you guys have to fight at Beer Olympics in 2 weeks. I'll make it the
He
biggest
is
fight of
such a
all time.
gremlin.
Me and Ben both said no that night. I guarantee you, if you ask Ben, we both said no that night. Chance, literally 2 days later, made a flyer and a promo video of it.
Christ.
So it was like, and he shared it on Facebook, and then Ben shared it first. So then I texted Ben. I was like, "Are we really doing this?" Like, and he was like, "I don't know." Neither of us wanted to do it. Like, I remember right before it happened, I walked into the house because everyone was in the garage, circling around like fucking a Spartan.
I got
fight
my
was gonna happen.
niece's mats. From like
fighting-
they were
dude,
they were
mats
little
smaller
kid
than this carpet,
matches.
and they were like just stand on this, surrounded by Brendan Nonigan and the rest of Philly comedy. I'm like, I don't even know these people that well, and I have to fight a guy in front of them. And then
I hated it.
me and Ben both didn't want to do it. I remember walking into your house right before it happened, and Ben was in there, and I tried to talk him out of it. And I was like, dude, we don't have to do that. I was like, this is crazy. We both realize now Chance is making us do this. We're here to drink and have fun and play drinking games. We don't have to fist fight each other. And I think Naeem was in there and he was like still gassing it up. He's like, nah, y'all gotta fight.
Yeah, Naeem really was into it. But I literally went up to both of you and was like,
You were like, don't do it. You didn't want us to do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
I literally made a speech to everyone and was like, if anything happens here, I have said out loud that I did not condone this. I don't like it.
Dude, we were also like,
I don't want to watch it.
We were also horribly out of shape. And neither of us had ever, like, I've done.
Also, it's a garage, so it's cement walls.
Horrible idea. I've done 3 amateur fights since then, and none of them were that long. Like, actual amateur fights are shorter than that. But I remember Naeem being like, yo, UFC rounds is 5 minutes. Y'all could do 3-3-minute rounds.
3-3 minutes.
Dude, if you have to box your friend for 9 minutes in a 100-degree garage surrounded by open mic or like all your boys that are, dude, it's crazy. It was
we
nuts.
were also half of the.
You were day drinking as well.
We were all hammered.
It is now
100%
nighttime.
drunk.
No, everyone was drunk. But
Everyone's
me and Ben,
drunk.
because everyone talked me and Ben into taking it serious.
Everybody who was
Yeah,
drunk kept walking away because as it was
Yeah, there was a
it should
dunk
be a
tank
minute.
outside.
It's exactly like an open mic, right? It should be 1 minute. 5 minute fucking
Is
round.
No, 3 minutes,
For a,
but it's still crazy.
for a
Yeah.
boring fucking. The two of you didn't want to fight each
Neither
other.
of us knew how to fight. We didn't want to fight.
It
As soon
sounds
as
like
we,
you were-
but as soon as
So,
like,
like people started watching it at first, like, oh, that's funny.
no, but
whatever.
also
And
it's
then-
a fight surrounded by your friends, and I forget who. I think he landed hard first. Like I think we agreed to like, let's just like light spar.
Mhm.
And I remember Ben cracked me once, and I
yes,
was like,
I think
well,
Ben
now we're
did.
fighting.
Yeah, now
And-
yep.
yeah, we literally fist fought for
I didn't
9
watch
minutes
it.
in Peggy's garage.
Yeah,
Insane.
I didn't watch it, but
It was crazy.
Chance did say he goes, Ben hit Drew pretty hard. And
I
then-
had the hardest punch of the fight. It's on video.
No, but in the
It's on
beginning,
video. Pull up the fight,
beginning,
Right. Yeah, I'll pull it
Ben
up.
did crack me in the first round. I said, "What
Right.
the fuck are we doing?"
It always happens.
Somebody, I was robbed. They called it a draw because, and I remember Brandon Donegan was for some reason one of the judges. He knows nothing about fighting.
I don't even know why.
Brandon Donegan told me that he called it a draw because somebody voted for Ben, someone voted for me, and then Brandon was the third judge. And then he was like, I think it was a tie. And he only said that because Naeem whispered that to him because they wanted us to keep fighting. They wanted us to do another
Insane.
fight.
And Naeem
I'm
is
like,
like
what are-
that.
what are we?
Naeem is like a gremlin.
Yeah.
Wait, do you know Naeem came into our house one time? Like, and there was a long time where like Naeem would sleep on the couch. He knows the code to my house, and I don't care. I love him. I want him to be happy. I also know how crazy he is, and if his life's better if he stays in my house. But one Monday, it was like me and Chance went to bed so early, and we hear like rustling in the kitchen. And I'm like, who is this? And Chance goes out, and Naeem's just like, where's your alcohol? And Chance was like, we don't have alcohol. It's a Monday night. We don't have alcohol. What do you mean? He's like, you always have alcohol. Where's Peggy? Where's the alcohol? Like, Naeem is a gremlin. I love that. What I love about him.
He's the friend that my parents would have hated growing up. Like if I brought a friend that just like walked in and like went in the fridge, like, y'all ain't got no juice. You're like, what? What do you mean you don't got no juice?
I
Like,
kind of think Naeem and Chance are very similar in that way. And that's why I think I always look at you like, be the constant normal person with me,
I'm
please.
trying.
Because Naeem and Chance are making me crazy right now.
I'm trying, but that's all I can do for you is just be as
We're
normal
just
as
the
I can. Yeah. Yeah.
This is the weirdest episode of all time, but I think it's exactly what Aunt Peggy's parlor should be, right?
And here's the thing. When I said earlier, I was excited for you to have a podcast. This is why.
It's crazy.
Yes. You're fucking nuts, Peggy. People need this. People need this stuff, dude. You're a monster. Don't make a regular podcast. Put this whole thing out and don't edit out literally the 2 names that I said, and the rest of it's gold.
I know, but I got a whole family that will be role model me.
My mom listens to Do-Rag every week, and she now knows that I'm a racist homophobe, and that sucks. But
yeah.
she still
Even-
loves me.
Yeah. You're not.
I'm not, but
You pretend to be on TV.
I pretend to be on TV.
That's
though.
what I always say. We pretend to be on TV.
No.
Hey, real quick. I think this was a good episode. I don't know. Also, it's gonna be episode number 5, probably. Who's gonna listen? 100 people?
By this point, less than that. But
Yeah. Oh wow. Fuck you. Yeah. But
no,
you're
I'm
right.
saying that as someone who started multiple podcasts. People always listen to the first one and then they fall off quick. But then they come back.
Yeah.
So make this episode 12 and people will be into it.
Okay, perfect.
Peggy, I love you. I'm
I
sorry.
love you, Drew. Neil, I love you. Hey,
Me too.
best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
Crush it.
Yeah, go win that shit.
Drew already lost.
Well, this will be out in 5 weeks. So thank you. We'll
It'll
see.
be out in like 3 months. We're doing it.
Neil, if I'm being honest, as your friend, I want you to win. As a comedian, I want you to lose. And that's only because
Wait, how about for me? Mine's
I want
July
you to lose
26th.
too.
You want me to lose?
this contest is for fucking gay hacks. Nobody funny moves on anymore, except for the maybe 3 people who are funny that have moved on so far. But literally every single night has been nothing but nonsense. And I want nothing other than this year. And I only say that because I've seen you deserve to go very far in funniest, and I've seen you deserve to go very far in funniest. And I want to see all those people lose in the first round. If you make it past this round, obviously I want you to win.
Right.
Right.
But if you lose in the first round, it further cements my point of this contest sucks.
Sucks. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel you. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, Neil, I want you to fail, and that means the most to me.
Dude, I plan on just. I think one comic just texted me. He's like, "You're just doing improv tonight, right?" I was like, "Yeah." I was,
Bring the
fine.
fucking suitcase of props out.
I just go full in. I just do Wids act.
Just do my joke.
Oh yeah, I drop it down
Like
and do
pussy.
dick sucking. Yeah.
Just
And the
do.
knees.
All right. Well, I love you, Drew.
Peggy,
This
I
was
love
the
you.
weirdest episode. Neil, I
Neil, you
think-
got a lot of work to
Neil,
do.
I think we just have weird episodes. Peggy's Parlor.
Hey, how you doing? This is Neil Wood, one of the co-owners of Drop 10 Media Network and who helps run Biggest Little Comedy. You can check out all the other stuff we do at drop10.com. We've got podcasts, live comedy shows, and so much more. Go over there, support your favorite podcasts, follow them, subscribe. We appreciate it, and we're 100% DIY. Just a bunch of creatives trying to make it in this, and give us some feedback. We always enjoy a little feedback. Thanks.
This has been a Drop Tent Media production.